Okay, welcome to the video. We're filming here in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Just quickly show you where we are. We're going to talk about intermittent fasting today. Beautiful Chiang Mai, Thailand. Beautiful place. I come here every afternoon and do some filming. Intermittent fasting, I'm going to show you a bit about my qualifications. You can sort of see how lean I am. You know, I have to do ab flex, you can tell how lean I am. Lean face. Despite running D-bowl at the moment, despite running prescription tests over 500 milligram a week with no AIs, nothing, no estrogen, nothing, no SERMs, nothing, over 500 mg prescription grade tests I know what I'm getting for over 11 months continuously, and then dropping down a little bit and then come back up on, so they can sort of see, you know what I mean? Where's the face bloat? All right, so I don't understand how people take D-bowl and stuff. They get so puffy. They're not doing my protocols. Not that my protocols involve anabolics. I'm just saying, just total transparency here. Because most people lie if they take anything. They just lie. They lie through their teeth because they got insecure or whatever, and that's okay. But you know, it confuses the noobs out there. So let's talk about intermittent fasting. Why I don't recommend it. What I do to stay lean. Bit about my qualifications. I've been a personal trainer since 1996. Started training friends, females, for weight loss, and then became professional in 1999. Did the course, worked at the gyms, etc., and trained thousands and thousands of men, mostly women, and 99% of them for weight loss and 1% for health and performance. Weight loss is most people's goal. But what I do is to do it the right way, the healthy way. Okay, so you actually feel good versus being a nut job. Another thing in my qualifications is I currently have cervical spinal stenosis, so smalling of the spinal cord due to, in 2020 January, I was attacked from behind with no warning, no chance to defend myself. Someone came from behind, got me in a chokehold, and I thought it was a friend or my brother, someone, because it was broad daylight. I'm in my cycling outfit, my cycling shoes. I was with Natasha, just us two, and then a friend came about 10 minutes later. But so someone's attacked me, and I thought, like someone's trying to choke me in broad daylight, like trying to kill me, like just full on. The amount of aggression and passion there. I'm like, I have to know this person. If someone's trolling, like one of my mates or my brothers come from Perth or whatever. So anyway, being a martial art, instructor level, I spun around, got out of the chokehold, turned around, got a king hit, sucker punch right across to the face. That knocked me out. And I'm like, put my hands up, didn't know what's going on. Next minute, I'm getting slammed head first in the concrete, 5 vertebrae, 5 discs bulged, and the doctor said the other day, he says, if I see you next time I see you in a wheelchair, it wouldn't surprise me, you'll be quadriplegic. So so every day I've lived like that, but only recently I've gotten worse. But so I haven't been able to train the last 3 years, and I've been getting worse and worse and worse with my neck pain and tingling and stuff. And I'm like, what's going on? I thought it would go away. But eventually I'm like, I should just get an MRI. Like, I couldn't believe no doctors recommend that in the meantime. So I'm like, I'll get an MRI. So I've got an MRI here in Thailand. It explains what's going on. So I haven't been able to train hardly at all the last 3 years, almost 3 years. And the last 2 months I have, if I ride my bike to the shops, I have to get off my bike after about 2 minutes and walk. Uphill, I can do that. I did a ride on last Saturday. It was okay, But if you look at my Strava, you'll see how little I've trained and ran. I've ran maybe 70 kilometers this year. I just haven't been able to, just due to the pain. And now I know what the pain is that, spinal cord being compressed. So it's very, very dangerous. But anyway, so how we talk about intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is something I really, I'm really against. If you have to do that stuff, you're eating the wrong food. And the thing, what they call it, when you skip breakfast, what do they call it? You skip breakfast. I forget what it's called. That's right, it's called stupidity. Everything happens in life for a reason, right? Let me put this hat down a bit so I can sort of see. Everything happens in life for a reason. I remember as security came when my attacker was being removed off me, I grabbed him in a leg lock because he tried to attack Natasha as well. So I grabbed him in a leg lock and thought, he's not going to get Natasha and he's not going to get away this time, right? It's the second time it's happened. Anyway, so cops came and got arrested, convicted, blah, blah, blah. But the guy needs help. He needs a hug. But anyway, when he was standing there, there's security between us, I'm bleeding down my face. He's screaming at his top of his voice, just screaming, blah, blah. I can't say what he was screaming, but it was full on. It was anti-women stuff. He was verbally abusing Natasha. He was just going crazy. And I didn't say a single word. And in my head, I'm thinking, this guy needs a fucking hug. He needs some help. He's obviously had some shit going on in his life. And he's just projecting on other people. Hurt people, won't hurt others. But I remember thinking, this guy needs some fucking food, man. He needs some fucking carbs. And I'm like, I bet this dude hasn't had any fucking breakfast today. I fucking bet he hasn't had any breakfast, alright? And there's no way you could behave so rationally if you've got carbs in your system, right? There's no way. Because his cortisol would be like fucking, like there'd be the ceiling here and it'd be like, poosh. You test for cortisol, it'd blow up all the machines in the lab. The level of cortisol, he was just out of control, alright? So that's why I don't recommend skipping breakfast. It turns you into a total fuckwit, alright? And everyone can be a fuckwit. Everyone has the potential to be a fuckwit. I can, everyone has, alright? The skipping breakfast, it raises your cortisol. It keeps your cortisol, in the morning cortisol goes up, just to get you going and stuff. If you skip breakfast, skip carbs, cortisol keeps going up, it stays up. And then you start getting more like, nah. People are like, yeah, I'll get the drive done, I'll get stuff done. And I'll have my coffee and bulletproof coffee, and it just fucking burns you out, man. It'll fucking burn you out. Look how I'm 45. You know, imagine if I never took anabolics, I'd be even leaner than I am now. I'm like 81 kilos today. I'm 6 foot tall. You know, I'd be probably 59 to 63 kilos. That's fucking lean, all right? Every day, I eat breakfast. These are some bananas here. They're not ripe yet, obviously, but they're ripening up here in Thailand. I need my sugar in the morning. I have to have sugar. You know, I have caffeine, stimulants, prescription otherwise, a few times a year. It's not my daily routine, and it's not something I recommend in my protocols at all. But what people do is they use a stimulant, which raises cortisol, and they skip breakfast and carbs, that raises cortisol as well. So they've got these two cortisols, and that people are just like running on cortisol, running on adrenaline, doing stupid shit, you know, or missing out and stuff because their cortisol's too high and they can't control themselves. When your cortisol's like fight or flight. There's a time for high cortisol for sure. Like I use cortisol in running races, like have a small breakfast before the running race, you know, so you got cortisol up, so you're like, you know, and then it's about a 5K race. I'm eating within like, I do a 5K in 16 to 17 minutes, so I'm eating some sugar, you know, as soon as I come back from the race, my bike's there, I've got sugar water in my drink bottle, boom, I'm talking to people as I'm having breakfast, okay? Breakfast in the bottle, always have my sugars. I like being lean. I need to be lean for my joints, alright? I need to be, if I've got excess fat in my body, that's going to be bad for my joints, okay? It's going to be bad for my joints. So I eat what I eat, you know? My dietary protocols, I eat them, I've designed them from over 25 years of training thousands of people, talking to some of the best doping doctors in the world, some of the fastest cyclists and runners, and just looking at what they do, what works, what doesn't work, dealing with people with mental health issues, you know, just going through all the textbooks, just every day like a forensic. Even here in Thailand, look, what are you eating? Why? You know, I speak Thai a little bit here and there, and just go in there, you know. Pretend to be on my phone and just look at what someone's eating. Just studying always. So when you skip breakfast, your cortisol's going to go up. Well, that's fat burning. Yeah, I'm going to get leaner. It's just no, man. Fucking no. You're going to rebound like a motherfucker, and you're going to have to do all these extreme shit to try and stay lean. That's what people do. You know, people are like, oh, steroids make you lean. If steroids make you lean, how come guys like Greg Duchesne and stuff have to starve themselves so much? You know, they go to bed hungry. They brush their teeth so they don't have to eat as much, and just do all silly things. That fucks your head, man. I want to enjoy my life. Right? I've got a diagnosis. I could be a quadriplegic any second. I could slip and fall over and be quadriplegic like that because of some guy who had a cortisol moment, couldn't control his rage, thought it'd be a good idea to come from behind and dump me on my head on the concrete. You know what I mean? Unprovoked, didn't even know he was there. Didn't say nothing. There's no push and shove. It was just boom, attack, coward attack from behind. I don't have any hate towards that person. I don't have any hate towards anyone. There's people out there who have so much self-hate. There's so much pain going on in their lives because their cortisol's so high because they're trying to stay lean as me, and they're starving themselves, and it makes people go fucking crazy. okay? Skipping breakfast, skipping carbohydrate is the foundation, I would say, for most of the world's fucked up behavior. And people go, oh, I'll lose people straight away. But if you're watching, this long and you're on the same page as me, or hopefully you will be. So you just fucks people up, man. That's why I have such a deep level of empathy for people. I can't hold on to hate. Well, hate just fucks your face anyway, but hate, it's like, gives you heart disease, gives you cancer, just increases. Having hate for people, hold on to hate. I have a little bit of frustration here and there. I'm just like, oh, but I'm just like, these people are just mad under carb, man. Like, what do I expect? What do I expect? What can you expect from someone who's under carbed? Like, anyone. What can I expect from myself when I'm under carbed? Fuck all. Piss weak attitude, piss weak performance. So skip breakfast if you want to have less performance, okay, that day. I remember doing sometimes I would skip breakfast by accident, and I'd notice this cortisol spike. I'm like, oh man, I'm just getting it done. I'm fucking. And then in the afternoon, my mood would tank. I think, fuck, I'm being a drama bitch right now. I'm like, just in a bad way, not a fun way, like banter, but just like I'm being a downer. I don't like feeling like this. And I'm like, why do I feel so shitty right now? What's wrong with me? And it took me a while to work out. Oh, it was when I accidentally forgot to have breakfast. Maybe I would forget to have the fruit, or I'd be running late, I'll be asleep. Oh shit, I've got to go to work and just go straight to work from bed or whatever. I'll get something at work and then I never got around to it, or shop was shut, or there was just occasional reasons where I just ran out of some carbohydrate. And, bro, there you go, have some protein, have some lean protein. That'll make you worse. All right, because protein doesn't lower cortisol. All right. And that's why we have such a high rate of depression around today. Like, it's insane. Here in Thailand, I meet people every single day who are just got this amazing vibe to be around, and they're not high on drugs, they're not on Valium, they're not on anything. They're just full natties, maybe a cup of tea here and there, but they're so genuine because they're just feeling happy. All right, they got this vibe going on. Men and women, younger, older. They're not skipping breakfast. All right, they have a bit of rice, they have their fruit. They're having their carbohydrates, they're having their sugar in their tea or whatever. They don't fear the sugar. These traditional Thai people, you go to their restaurants, a traditional Thai restaurant has a massive bowl of white refined sugar on there. So you put that in your big spoon, you put it on your food to taste to how you want it. But the human's ego, we're like, no, we've got to count calories, we've got to count macros, too much sugar. Like, what animal counts as calories? What's that? That's right, fucking none. What animal counts as calories? Calories in, calories out is a bullshit thing. The only time that's sort of anything helpful is if you're trying to go, shit, I actually need a lot of carbohydrate. I'm having this small little meal, and it's only got like 400 grams of carbs a day. No wonder I can't do shit. And I feel depressed and fucking worthless. And I want to be a bitch to people, man or woman. I'm not getting enough carbs. I don't need 600 or I need 1,800 grams of carbs a day. Maybe you do. So that's where counting and ballparking can help. And maybe with fat intake, you're like, how much fat's in my food? Wow, this pasta sauce got like 20 grams of fat per jar. That's way too much. No wonder my skin's all greasy. Oh my God, it's too much fat. My hair's falling out. My scalp's itchy from all the oil just going from my blood to the scalp. Fatty food rises to your face, your back, your scalp, your face. You get greasy. Causes suffocation of hair follicles in some people. Acne and some others. So when you cut the oil out, you cut out greasy scalp, etc. Greasy face, pimples. And so all these little things. So that's where counting calories can sort of give you a bit of a ballpark. But if you're counting calories for weight loss, man, you are setting yourself up for a massive fucking fail, because nobody on the earth can tell you how many calories you need a day, how many calories in your meals a day, how many calories you burned and digest every single day. No one can fucking tell you that. And everyone says they can, they're sincere but sincerely wrong. Or they're just full of shit, okay? No one can do that. Even if you go to the lab and do the VO2 max and, carbon dioxide, refractometry, all that stuff, maybe one session you can do a little ballpark, but what about the next day when you're stressed, or you're sleeping, or your hormone variation, or you're ovulating, or you're not, or blah, blah, blah. Well, there's so many factors that determine how many calories we need, digest, burn, etc. No one can accurately give the number. All right, so I would say that monitoring carbohydrate, how does it be in this water? I was going to save it. Ooh, there's a flying ant. Always got energy to care. All right, carbs to care. So I eat, as much carbs as I want. I'm injured, I can't train, okay? I'm not going, oh, well, what's my calorie intake, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what does my fucking body say? Okay, 1 banana, 30 bananas, whatever. I let my body decide how much sugar I want to have that day. And for fat, I know I don't want greasy skin, okay? I don't want a greasy scalp. So I keep my fat intake as low as possible every day, okay? And because I'm so sedentary, I'll get fat very quickly if I just eat as much fat as I want, which won't be much because I just really don't like the feel of all that fat in my bloodstream. I just like, it feels scungy. I feel the insulin resistance very quickly. I'm very sensitive to that. I've used insulin meters, etc., so glucose monitors, the Freestyle Libra, all those things. Fat causes insulin resistance. Dietary fat over 10, 30 grams a day, insulin resistance coming in. I like feeling that sharpness. All right? I don't want to have to rely on stimulants to have a clear thought. I rely on carbohydrate, I rely on sleep, water, sugar, etc. Anyway, that's the deal. Natasha's sneaking over here. Natasha's been on the program 7 years.
Trying not to step in water.
There we go. So excited, eh? Come in the shot, Natasha. It's like, do you skip breakfast, Natasha?
Never.
Never. You know what I mean? Imagine your mood and how you'd feel and production and stuff like that. Like,
Oh, absolutely. Just feel like shit, can't get anything done. Moody. I don't like being in a bad mood.
life's too short for that. Skip breakfast only if you want a shit day. Simple as that.